Hey folks, welcome back to Ed's Garage. Today we're going to be driving the Ioniq 6. Now this is not my personal Ioniq 6. This is our demo unit. My personal one is not in yet, so this is going to have to do. But anyway, I've got a long drive, basically another about a half an hour or so to get home. So we're going to start. I've got my point of view goggles, glasses, whatever you want to call them on here. I know they look kind of weird on me, but that's okay. They should do the trick. Now, one thing I really like is just how easy it is to get to the door handle. So even a shorter person is going to be able to reach this handle because it actually starts at one end of the door and goes all the way to the other end. So really, really easy access. All right. You can see my seat is moving forward on its own here because, of course, it does have the easy access seating. All right, I'm going to go ahead and adjust my seat. Now, one thing I like here is I can actually really easily get to all the controls. There's plenty of space beside the seat, so I don't have to worry about getting it being too tight to get to the seat controls there. So that's kind of nice. We do have tilt and telescopic steering wheel, so I'm going to get that to a spot where I can actually see the entire instrument cluster there, and it's still comfortable in that position. I'm going to raise the seat up a little bit more here. All right, seat belt on. I am boiling hot. I'm gonna need to open up the windows. That is down here. All right, so we're gonna start with that. Climate control is automatic, so we'll put that on a comfortable temperature. Open up the vents here. Oh, lots of power actually. These do throw a lot of air, so it should cool off pretty quickly in here. All right, shifter right here, so there's D for drive. Okay, and you might notice right off the bat we actually have the sensor picking up the vehicle beside us right over there. Here we go. Now I'm hoping that you can actually see the head-up display in front of me there. I'm going to do my best to try not to move my head too much, guys. I'll try to keep it as still as I possibly can. Just keep in mind that you know, I'm still going to have to check my blind spots and stuff like that, even though this vehicle does have the blind spot monitor, which of course will help immensely as well. And there's our blind spot monitor coming up. So now I got to check. I got to move my head now. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the iPedal because I absolutely love iPedal. And of course, this vehicle is equipped with different drive modes. Currently, we are in eco mode. Have a range of, oh, where's my range? 249 kilometers. Got to get used to that. I'm used to a different screen layout. So I have my range on the right-hand side and my speedo on the left-hand side there. I'm going to go ahead and switch to normal mode at first here. The nice thing about the drive modes is that when you change them, it doesn't seem to take you out of the regen mode, which is nice. So you can actually leave the vehicle in iPedal and switch to the different drive modes. It doesn't default to a specific regen mode, which is good. On my old Ioniq, it did, and that was kind of annoying. So right off the bat, that's something I'm noticing, which I'm really a fan of. Oh, heavy regen in iPedal. That's amazing how much we slow down, how quickly we slow down. So up in my head-up display now I can see that there is a car, or was a car, in my blind spot, and now it's gone. Now there's another one. Well, this guy's not being very nice here. This is a kind of a choke point. Oh, he's giving me room. Good. So there is the blind spot monitor coming up, and you can see in the blind view monitor that car that was trying to choke out, but he backed off, which is nice. So really good information in the head-up display. But we're going to try out as soon as we get onto the freeway, we're going to try the Highway Drive Assist. This, of course, is the latest version of Highway Drive Assist. Oh, I should try the Lane Keep Assist here at low speeds. All right, Lane Keep Assist at low speed is active now, and it's already keeping us centered in the lane. So that's lane centering. By pressing this button here on the steering wheel, I'm able to enable and disable that. That's for low speed lane centering. And there it goes. So now it says keep our hands on the wheel, which of course we do want to do everywhere, but we're going to test out how long we can keep our hands off the wheel once we get onto the freeway. Let's have a quick look at the infotainment system here. So if we slide over, we have our map button. Big, beautiful 12-inch displays. Lots of great information here. We have our maximum speed limit. Now I can see the max speed here. I can see it here in the instrument cluster, and I can also see it in my head-up display. So 3 different. If you're speeding and you get caught, you have no excuse. You know what the speed limit was. You can see it in 3 different places. So one thing I did notice real quick here is that the turn signal stock, of course, is also the headlight switch. And I had it on headlights on, and when I hit the turn signal, I actually turned the headlights down to auto. So I guess it's just because of the placement of the stock is slightly different than my old car. I kind of rolled the switch. I don't know if you can see what I mean here, but I kind of rolled it down instead of actually turning it on. I didn't do that here, but I noticed it earlier. So that's something to be cognizant of. All right, so because we're jumping onto the freeway, I'm going to go ahead and switch this to sport mode. Still have not used the brake pedal. This I-pedal is fantastic. I'm really going to enjoy this. So yeah, I mean, the screen is in relative close proximity. I can actually get to it pretty easily. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so sport mode is very touchy. It's right on the accelerator as soon as you tap the throttle a tiny bit. Now, of course, this vehicle has oodles of power. 325 horsepower, and I believe it's 435 foot-pounds of torque, so you're definitely not wanting for power. This vehicle has plenty of that. Okay, yep. Even at around 100 kilometers an hour, you know, I press the accelerator and this thing just boots it. I'll see if I can give you an idea here. So currently we're going 103. Yeah, it's not bad. It's still got plenty of power, even at 100 kilometers an hour. All right, so let's try the highway drive assist. So we're gonna go ahead and set the speed. All right, we have highway drive assist, nav enabled, currently set to 103. I'm gonna actually increase that to a speed that's higher than the car in front of me, because I wanna see what this car does. And, sorry, blocking the screen here. And we're also going to see how long I can leave my hands off the wheel here. So obviously I am going to keep my hands close by just in case, right? Just to be on the safe side. All right, so it's already popped up saying keep hands on the steering wheel. So it's actually figured out that my hands are not on the wheel. We're going to let it go until we get an alarm of some sort. All right, so pet peeve of mine, guys. Do not hang around in the left lane like this guy from America is doing. Sorry, Americans, but you really shouldn't hang out in the left lane for too long. All right, so I'm going to drop the speed down here. And yes, I know I'm speeding. Okay, there we go. All right, so now highway drive assist does include lane changes. So I'm going to go ahead and put my turn signal on and see if the car will actually do the lane change. There it goes. It's doing it all on its own. There we go. So lane change, automatic lane change assistance works. Let's try it again with the left turn signal. So it's checking to see if it's safe. It's definitely safe. It's waiting a really long time to do it though. All right, so it is not doing it there. Not sure exactly why. It does see on the head-up display, I can actually see other cars though. So it's definitely working well as far as all the sensors go. I don't know if you can see that. So just driving along here, we're doing 125 kilometers an hour. That's about, what is it, about 70 miles an hour or so? 75 maybe. And it is very, very quiet in here. So one thing I'm noticing right off the bat, this car is very quiet. Not a lot of wind noise. Now, the wind normally does head from east to west here. We're currently heading east, so we're heading into the wind. And I mean, I can hear the wind, but it's not loud at all. It's not bothering me. It's quite subdued. As far as the road noise, it's almost non-existent. You can kind of hear that sort of a hissing sound of the tires on the road, the same sort of sound you would hear if you were standing outside and a car was coming by or about to pass you. But here's a truck going by, and I mean, I can hear the truck is there, but it's so quiet. So cabin noise is definitely reduced quite a bit over other Hyundais. I don't know if it's any quieter than the Ioniq 5, but it seems like it is. It's probably the lack of wind noise. With the Ioniq 5, you definitely hear the wind rushing by. With this car, I'm not hearing that at all. So now as far as visibility goes, the mirrors are good size, not too small, not too big, just right. Rear view mirror, through my rear view mirror I can see most of the rear window. One of the headrests is up right now, but good visibility through the rear window. If I'm shoulder checking, yeah, those windows are a little bit small, but I can see through them just fine. This pillar here is right beside me, but I mean, you look past that when you're looking over your shoulder anyway. As far as the other shoulder, yeah, currently I have the seat in the way as well, but it's still, I'm definitely still getting a good view through that window as well. So visibility is fantastic. No concerns there. So yeah, so far my only complaint is the key fob is funny looking. And now going through these corners, yeah, it is picking up. It's interesting. It just came up saying put your hands on the wheel, but then it quickly went away, and the nav on the screen was flashing, probably picking up the fact that because there was a corner, it thought that we should slow down a bit, but of course there's also a car in front of me as well. So I'm going to go into the vehicle settings here and see what I can actually control even while driving. So don't try this at home, but basically I'm just checking to see how much access I have to different things here. So, oh wow, okay. So it's letting me do everything, really. Put this on quick reaction speed, highway drive assist, highway lane change assist, highway auto speed change. So that the auto speed change is basically when there's a corner coming up, it will slow down for you. We have speed limit warnings. You can also have it on speed limit assist. We're going to ignore that. Yeah. So a lot of car companies actually lock a lot of this stuff down, and this car is letting me do everything. So I'm going to speed up a little bit just to get ahead of these guys, because I want to see there's basically, I'm coming off the freeway here in a moment, and of course the exit has a long circular corner that we can go around. So I want to see what sort of speeds we can carry through that corner. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of cars in front of us, so we're not going to be able to do that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and re-enable the cruise control here, because I want to see how well it keeps distance at lower speeds as well. Now, keep in mind, cruise control, especially smart cruise control, mainly used for freeway driving, not generally used for city driving. However, I just want to see what sort of capability it has here, because of course we do have the lane keep assist on right now, and the adaptive cruise control. Now, it does say, of course, after 3 seconds, I have to start it up again by pressing the accelerator pedal momentarily to get the car to start moving again. However, it does have stop and go if the stop is less than 3 seconds, which in that moment, of course, it wasn't. Let's see, we've got the yield sign coming up on the screen here, so it's actually picked that up. Obviously, it has no idea how to utilize a roundabout, so we're going to go around this corner ourselves. And then we'll simply let the car take over again. The lane centering is dead on. It's really doing a good job at keeping the vehicle right dead center of the lane. So it's a very, very good lane centering system. So you may have noticed that going over some of these bumps here, there wasn't a whole lot of drama. I can tell you one thing, those bumps that we just went over are much worse than this car made them seem. This is such a smooth platform, it's crazy. So the Ioniq 6 is equipped with shock absorbers that have something, what was it, small frequency damping or something like that. I can't remember the exact terminology that Hyundai used, but it's actually better at adjusting to slight frequency changes in the actual vibration of the road, I guess. Yeah, I wish I could remember the terminology. If you haven't actually seen my full video review of the Ioniq 6, please check that out in the link below, because I talk more in depth about the suspension system. Multi-link rear suspension, McPherson strut front suspension. It's a really, really smooth ride, thanks to that very, very long wheelbase. This and the Ioniq 5 both have a very long wheelbase for the length of the overall length of the vehicle, and that certainly helps for the smoothness on the road. But of course, the battery also weighs, you know, probably about 1,000 pounds. A 77 kilowatt battery has a lot of weight to it, so that's really, of course, smoothing out some of the bumps too. But you combine, you know, the fantastic suspension system, I'm gonna go this way because this way's fun. The fantastic suspension system, the fantastic drive characteristics of the vehicle, you add that weight of that battery in, and suddenly you have a vehicle that is just, you know, luxury vehicle smooth on the road. All right, so we're in some nice quiet back roads here. I'm gonna do a 0 to 60 real quick, and we're gonna do that as we come around this corner here. I'll come to a complete stop, and then we'll do a quick 0 to 60 and see what type of time we can get. This vehicle should do it in about 5 seconds. However, you know, it's maybe it's better, we'll see. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, a little bumpy here. There's 60 right there, or at least 100 kilometers an hour. Wow. Yeah, it really scoots off the line. That's with 200 kilometers of range left, so about 50% battery. Now, if we want to actually see the battery percentage, we can do so. If we tap the EV button here, we can see that we are currently at 44% battery. So on a not full battery, we still did a very, very quick 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. So this next little section of road here, probably the most rough bunch of road that we have in the area. And yeah, this I'm purposely going over some of the bumps right now, and it's such a small amount of drama, and like yeah, I'm speechless, guys. Like, I go over this road, you know, every few days with my old car, my old Ioniq, and I feel every single bump all the way to the, you know, the base of my skull. And this car is just soaking it up beautifully. And then the acceleration is just intoxicating right after that as well. Woo! Oh, there it goes. Wow. Guys, if you're wondering what the noise is, there's a bunch of stuff in the back on the floor here, and it's sliding back and forth. Yeah, we're taking corners a little bit faster than usual, so these things are sliding around like crazy. All right, so I think I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop the video, but I think I'm gonna stop recording for now, because what I wanna do is I wanna keep recording tonight when it's dark and we can actually check out some of this ambient lighting, and to see what the headlights look like. So that'll be the next segment in this video, so I'm gonna stop for now. All right, so a little bit of night driving here. I just wanted you guys to check out some of the cool things about driving at night. So first off, the ambient lighting, check it out. Have a look at the side here, and you can see the dual color ambient lighting. Looks really, really vibrant, looks awesome. And if we look out at the road in front of us here, I'm gonna get to a point where there's no lights here, so you can see just how good the headlights are, because they are awesome. But notice the very, very fine cutoff of light between where it's really dark and where it's really light. So these are projection headlights, of course. So they are using a lens to put the light exactly where you need it. All right, so this is what the headlights look like. This is just regular headlights, and then high beams. Bam. And if we turn up all the interior lights as well right away. Whoa, look at how bright everything gets. So you'll notice, of course, that both screens now are in the dark mode. So instead of having the lighter map and the lighter infotainment, or the lighter instrument cluster screen, now everything is in the dark mode. And look at how bright all of the interior lights are. It's a bit too bright right now, so I'm going to turn it down just a touch. But yeah, very, very easy to see everything. All right, so next thing I want to try is the auto high beam. So I currently have the high beams turned on. We're going to head back towards home. And basically I just need to have a vehicle coming towards me to see if they shut off. So this may take a moment. All right, car's coming. And high beams are off. There we go. Ha, it's a Ford Lightning, another electric vehicle. All right, high beams are, boom, back on. Wow, that works really quick, actually. All right, so you do need to make sure, yep, there they go, they're off. You do need to make sure that the auto high beams are on. Bring the camera over here just for a second. You can see right in the screen right here, it says that the high beams are currently on, and you'll notice they're going to turn off. There we go, they're off now because there's a car coming. But right beside it, it says headlights auto. So if I pull, or if I push the high beam stalk again on the left side of the steering wheel, I can turn off the automatic high beam function and turn it back on by pressing it a second time. So that's how that works. All right, let's have a quick look at the options for the ambient light. So you'll notice in the ambient light settings, we have brightness, color, link to drive mode, dimmed and dark, sync lightning with speed, link to voice recognition. So that I got to try still. But anyway, so if we link it to the drive mode, then what'll happen here, you can see it's now all in red because I'm currently in sport mode. So if I hit the drive mode button on the steering wheel now and put it into eco, there you can see everything just went to green. Both the top part of the light and the bottom light all green now. And also I want to point out that this is actually translucent here, so it is kind of reflecting through there or shining through there, which is kind of cool. Press the drive mode button again, puts it into normal. Now we got a kind of a blue, it looks purple on the camera, but it's definitely blue, top and bottom. So that's how that works. We're going to turn that off though. Dimmed in dark, so if I hit that, obviously, you know, as I start driving, it'll actually dim that down. I don't want to do that though. Sync lightning with speed, so the faster you go, the brighter it gets. Personally, I don't like this because when you're not moving, it's dimmer, and I like it to be really bright. So link to voice recognition. Links mood lighting to the audio system's voice recognition, providing visual feedback. Wow, that's something we got to try. So let's hit the voice recognition button. Navigate to the nearest Hyundai dealership.
Sorry, I didn't understand you. Please try your command again after the beep.
Find the nearest Hyundai dealership.
One results found.
Look at that.
Please
that's
say
really
the line
cool.
number. Sorry. Would you like guidance to this location?
No. Okay, so that's what that is. Now, I wonder if that's...
Sorry, I didn't understand you.
Quiet you. I wonder if that's actually changed our actual ambient light color. Has it? I don't know. I think it just kept it the same. So we're going to go to the color options here now. Oh, there we go. And now we've got it in concentration. So blue up top, green down at the bottom. And is that other thing still on? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's try that again here. Voice recognition. Yep, so that's still working. So we can leave that turned on.
From your device.
We can leave that link to voice recognition on. It actually doesn't mess with the ambient light colors. It just creates that little color bar along the bottom there. That's super cool. I like that. All right, so go back to, oh, there's the brightness there. Let's go back to color. Let's check out some of these other color here. Healing Forest, Wonderful Day, Mind Care, Meditation, Creative Moment, Custom Dual Color is what we're going to go to here. So let's pick two very different colors. We're going to go to the opposite ends of the spectrum. We're going to go yellow and purple. And we'll back out. There we go. So as you can see, yellow up top, blue or purple along the bottom. And now I actually thought that there was ambient light down underneath the center console, but apparently I was wrong. There is no ambient lighting in there. That's unfortunate. How it looks in the back, basically the same. There's your rear door, so a little bit less lighting. Of course, there's less space in the rear door there, so that's what that looks like. Okay, another thing I wanted to show you was just how easy it is to see everything. Check this out. We do have backlit USB ports, so I don't know if you could see that in the camera there. It's actually quite dark in here now, but basically there's our USB port, and we have two USB-C ports down here, And if I shut off my camera light, as you can see, they are also backlit. All right, having a quick look at the exterior of the vehicle with all of the exterior lighting and everything. Currently, we have our beautiful LED projection headlights turned on. As you can see, right above the amber LED daytime running lights. Let's flip on the high beams. So we need to put on the headlights. There we go. Headlights and high beams now on. Flip the high beams off. Awesome. Really, really nice look on the outside here. Let's come around to the side. You can see we got the marker light there. Coming around to the back of the vehicle. Marker light on the back, on the side there as well, of course. The beautiful row of LED pixel lights all along the back. And let's hit the brakes, Leslie. And that's what it looks like with the brakes. That looks so cool in the camera, eh? So if we look at the top of the spoiler now, hit the brakes again. The top of the spoiler, of course, you can see all those pixels lighting up. In person, it looks so much cooler. It's a little bit washed out on camera, but it looks super cool in person. Here's what the car sounds like on the outside. You can hear that hum. All right, well, I'm going to end the video there. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you are looking at an Ioniq 6, I highly recommend it. It's what I'm personally buying, and hopefully I'll get mine within the next couple of days here. As I mentioned, this is just a demo unit. So yeah, if you haven't already checked out my other videos on this vehicle, check them out in the links in the description below. I have a few different videos going over the features in the Ioniq 6, and yeah, hopefully this helped you out in some way. If it did, don't forget to comment below and like and subscribe for future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.